Alright lads, welcome to my World Cup round of 32 predictions. And so we will start with the first match, which is South Africa against Canada. So both these two. So South Africa were... So everybody just wrote them off at the beginning. Everybody thought, like, even myself, even I thought that they were going to get grouped. And, well, they did not. They actually ended up finishing second. So this happened. So, opening match day, I was watching that game with some friends. And, yeah, Mexico beat South Africa 2-0. South Africa played, like, very badly. And I said to myself, okay, South Africa is a Sunday League team. Basically, Sunday League. And then in the next match against Czechia, 6th minute, Czechia made it 1-0. I thought, okay, Czechia's going to comfortably win. But then at the 83rd minute, South Africa got a penalty. Then they scored and the game ended 1-1. And now, in South Africa, right now, match day 3, they ended up beating South Korea 1-0. And yeah, so they finished second and now their journey continues. And now Canada, bro, they're one of the co-hosts of the tournament, one of the 3 hosts. Canada, USA, Mexico, they're the hosts. And Canada. So in their opening game, it was a 1-1 draw against Bosnia. They conceded from a set piece in the 21st minute, and then in the last 20 minutes, Canada then fired an equalizer, made it 1-1, and then in the next game against Qatar, Jonathan Davis scored a hat-trick, and Canada beat Qatar 6-0. Now this final match day, they lose 4-1 to Switzerland, still finish second in the group. And now they take on South Africa. And now with my predictions, I feel like Canada should win. They have like kind of like home field advantage because they're like one of the hosts. And my prediction is that Canada should advance 2-1. Now we have my favorites of the tournament, Brazil against Japan. Thankfully, in my local time, it's going to be 7 p.m. So that means you bet I'll be watching that game. I'll be supporting Brazil. And yeah, Brazil, in the group stages, they drew 1-1 with Monaco. They did not look good in that game. Then they beat Haiti 3-0. They improved, but it was Haiti, and they to be fair, should have been like 5-6-0. And then 3-0 against Scotland. All right, man, that is fair. And yeah, now they're here in the round of 32, playing against Japan. And Japan, bro, they played well. You should not underestimate Japan. In the opening game, Japan drew 2-2 with the Netherlands. Then they beat Tunisia 4-0, and now 1-0 draw against Sweden. This is good from Japan, and it's okay. And that 4-0 win over Tunisia, yeah, come on, bro, that was Tunisia. And yeah, Japan, they're not to be underestimated, but. But Brazil, they just have to win this game. It's like it has to be like a Brazil win, and that's why I just have to predict that Brazil will win this game a solid 2-1. Und als nächstes haben wir Deutschland gegen Paraguay. Und ja, Deutschland, der Gruppe H waren schon gut. Okay, I'll stop speaking German. So, Germany in the group stages, they were really well. First game against Curacao, I was watching that Germany won 7-1. Then they beat Ivory Coast 2-1, but that wasn't a convincing result at all. And now they actually lost 2-1 to Ecuador, like, against Curacao. Okay, that was Curacao. Sunday League, bro. The only one player from Curacao was born in the country, and that is Tahith Chong. As a Man United past, plays currently for Luton Town. And Paraguay, they lost 4-1 to the USA in the opening match day. Then they beat Turkey 1-0 with an extra with down to 10 men, and then they drew 0-0 with Australia. And I feel like Germany will win this an hour 2-1. Okay, next we have Netherlands against Morocco. And yeah, the Netherlands, they had a good group stage in the opening game, a 2-2 draw against Japan. Like, Japan is a very underrated team. They do have Wataru Endo, who plays for Liverpool, but he got injured and called it on his international career. Wataru Endo, you'll never walk alone. And Netherlands, they beat Sweden 5-1. I was watching that game and I thought, yo, this World Cup is peak, bro. This World Cup is literally peak. And now Netherlands, and then they beat Tunisia 3-1. Netherlands, they got a very good squad. They have Cody Okay, maybe not Cody Gakpo. That guy's trash for Liverpool. I'm a Liverpool fan. I know what I'm talking about. And then whenever Gakpo puts on a Netherlands shirt, that guy just turns into like prime Ronaldo or something like that. And Morocco, bro, with Ashraf Hakimi, bro, they've been cooking this World Cup. 1-0 against Brazil. Their midfield was so good in that match. Then a 1-0 win over Scotland, and then a 4-2, and then a 4-2 win over Haiti. Why did you concede 2 goals against Haiti? Like, Morocco, like your defense should not be leaking. And to all the Moroccans out there, do not let Brahim Diaz take a penalty in this match. We all know what happens when he takes a penalty. Okay, enough. Okay, enough about traumatizing you guys with Brahim Diaz's penalty miss. And I feel like Morocco will win this game. I say it's gonna be a 1-0 draw. Morocco wins 4-1 pens. Next, we got the Ivory Coast against Norway. And so Norway, this World Cup, were brilliant. Like, Norway, they're like one of the scariest teams in Europe. Like, you should not, like a team that should not be underestimated. This game is like a dark horse battle. We have Ivory Coast who beat Ecuador 1-0 in another battle of the dark horses. Then they lost 2-1 to Germany very narrowly. And then they beat Curacao 2-0. And Norway, they beat Senegal 3-2. They beat Iraq 4-1. Holland scored a brace in both the games. And then they lost 4-1 to France. Holland didn't play in that game, but I feel like Norway will win this game a solid 3-0. Now we have France against Sweden. So France in this FIFA World Cup played excellently. 3-1 against Senegal, 4-0 to v Iraq. And Mbappe scored a brace in both the games. And now they beat Norway 4-1. And Mbappe gave 2 assists both to Dembele, who scored a hat-trick, which is wild. He showed us why he won the Ballon d'Or in the first place. And Sweden, they beat Tunisia 5-1. And straight after that, they lost 5-1 to the Netherlands. And now 1-0 draw against Japan. And yeah, Sweden are still a strong team. They have Alexander Isak, who's been quite shit season for Liverpool, just saying. They also have Victor Gyökeres, who has been very good for Arsenal. Who's been alright for Arsenal. Well, the Arsenal fans are comparing him to Lewandowski. Arsenal fans, please stop comparing Gyökeres to Lewandowski. Anyways, France will win this game 4-0. Okay, and now we have Mexico. Against Ecuador. And yeah, Mexico, they didn't concede a goal in the group stages. Mexico, first they beat South Africa 2-0. Then they beat South Korea 2-0. And then Czechia 3-0. And Ecuador, so first they lost 1-0 to Ivory Coast. Then they drew 0-0 against Curacao, which is mad. And then they beat Germany 2-1 to advance to the next round to play against Mexico. So I feel like Mexico should win this. They have home field advantage, but Ecuador, they have a very strong team. They have Hinsapie, who played in the Champions League final. Has been excellent for Arsenal. They have the best defensive midfield in the world, Moises Caicedo. They have William Pacho, who is a really good center back. Van Dijk is still better. And up top, they have Valencia, but I still think Mexico will win this game a narrow 1-0. Now we have England against Congo. And so England, the group stages, they beat Croatia 4-2. Let's go, England. It's coming home. I don't think it's going to come in this year. It's going to come home to Brazil or Spain, I hope. And then they drew 0-0 with Ghana. And then they just beat Panama 2-0. And Congo, bro, they drew on with Portugal, bro, thanks to their harambol or whatever you want to call it. And then they lost 1-0 to Colombia. And now they beat my favorite team in the world, Uzbekistan 3-1. And yeah, whenever the opportunity to root for Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, India, and Pakistan, I take it. And yeah, anyways, so England, they just have to beat Congo. I mean, you have to beat Congo. And yeah, Congo have Johan Wissa, but bro, England, bro, they have Jude Bellingham, Harry Kane, Starboy Saka. You have Jordan Pickford, who is an excellent goalkeeper. I mean, England, bro, you should win. They're gonna win this game a solid 3-0. Next, we got Belgium against Senegal. And now, Belgium, I get it, they're a big team, but In 2022, they got grouped, and Belgium, like, the best players are all unks, and you saw it at the World Cup. That 5-1 win over New Zealand, like, come on, bro, that was New Zealand, bro. And against the other teams in the group, Egypt and Iran, which they should have beaten easily, it was 1-0 against Egypt and 0-0 against Iran. Like that just isn't good. Like, I'm not sure. I'm low key. I'm feeling that Senegal will win. And yeah, Senegal. Yes, they lost 3-1 to France and then 3-2 to Norway, bro. But then they just beat Iraq 5-0, bro. Yes, I know it was Iraq, which is basically a Sunday League team home to a bunch of random players, but I think I'm calling an upset, and I'm saying that Senegal will win this 2-1. Next, we got USA versus Bosnia, and USA, their group stage performances were so good. They beat they beat Paraguay 4-1, then they beat Australia 2-0, and then they lost 3-2 to the most overrated team in World Cup history, 2026 Turkey. And yeah, Bosnia. So first they drew 1-1 with Canada. After that, they just lost 4-1 to Switzerland. And I thought, okay, it's probably going to be over. But then they beat Qatar 3-1, qualified for the round of 32 against the USA. I think the USA will win this game. And yeah, bro. By the way, in that game against Qatar, what a screamer by Ali Begovic, bro. Here's that goal right here. Ali Begovic. Honestly, that goal was crazy. Probably one of the goals of the tournament. And Bosnia, they also got an Unk Edin Dzeko. He also played in the 2014 World Cup where Bosnia got grouped. And the USA, bro, they have the LeBron James of soccer, Christian Pulisic, and Weston McKennie, who is great for Juventus. I know some Juventus fans, they say Weston McKennie is really good. I trust them. And yeah, Tyler Adams for Bournemouth, he isn't also too bad. And yeah, overall, not a bad USA team. You also have Serginho Dest, bro. And I think USA will win this game 2-0. And next we got Spain against Austria. Austria had a really good group stage. First we beat Jordan 3-1. We dismantled them. We dismantled Jordan. I knew it from the beginning that they do not stand a chance against the mighty Austria. Then we lost 2-0 to Argentina. I predicted Austria would win 2-1. Not an ideal prediction. Opta Euro 2024 group. And you know what? I'm going with the upset. 2-1 for Österreich. And now in the final group game match, we drew 3-3 with Algeria, finishing second in our group. And now we're getting Spain. And I have quite a good feeling. It's because Spain, they didn't really play that good. 0-0 against Cabo Verde. Then he beat Saudi Arabia 4-0. I mean, come on, bro. That was Saudi Arabia. I knew it was going to be easy. And then only 1-0 against Uruguay. It should have been more against Uruguay, and that's why I have a good feeling. And Austria, this game is going to be at 9 p.m. Well, lad, I will be watching it. And you know what? I'm actually going for this prediction. 1-0 draw, and Austria is going to win 3-0 on penalties. Yeah, and now we have Portugal against Croatia. And Croatia, so they lost 4-2 to England that opening day. They're in that opening match. And after that, they beat Panama 1-0, I think. Yeah, 1-0. And then they beat Ghana 2-0, I think. And Portugal, they drew 1-1 with the Congo in their opening match. After that, on the other hand, they beat Uzbekistan 5-0 again. I was rooting for Uzbekistan. I love Uzbekistan and Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan. And yeah, and right now a 0-0 draw against Colombia. Well, Lucho Diaz plays for Colombia, and as a Liverpool fan, I'm still sad that we sold him to Bayern. Why was it sold him, bro? That was a bargain, bro. And I think Portugal will win this game 2-1. Yeah, and now we have Switzerland against Algeria. So Switzerland, they in their opening game, they drew 1-1 with Qatar. Embarrassing. After that, Switzerland, they beat Bosnia 4-1, and then another 4-1 victory over Canada. And yeah, Algeria, they lost 3-0 to Argentina. Messi scored a hat-trick on them. And yeah, after that, Algeria beat Jordan 2-1. And now they drew 3-3 with Austria. And now Algeria is taking on Switzerland in the round of 32. And Switzerland should win this. Like Algeria, yes, they do have Riyad Mahrez, but he's an onk right now. They have Reinhard Mori. He's a left back for Man City, bro. He's not the best. And you do have Zinedine Zidane, son, in goal. And Switzerland, watch out, try not to get headbutted by him. And it's 2-0 Switzerland as my prediction follows. Next, we have Australia against Egypt. The Socceroos against Mo Salah. So Australia, on their opening match, they beat Turkey 2-0. After that, they lost 2-0 to the USA. And then a 0-0 draw against Paraguay followed. So Australia, they're a strong team, and Mario Popovic is going to play Harambol. Now, will this be a Harambol masterclass or Harambol disaster class? And Egypt on the other hand, they drew 1-1 with Belgium. They drew 1-1 with Iran. They beat New Zealand 2-1, I think. And yeah, and my prediction is that Australia will win this 2-1. I love you, Marcela. And yeah, Argentina against probably the best nation in the world, Cabo Verde. So Cabo Verde on that opening game, they drew 0-0 with Spain, probably the best team in the world right now. Then they drew 2-2 with Uruguay, and then another 0-0 draw against Saudi Arabia followed. So by logic, should we go with another 2-2 draw? Nah. Okay, so and Cabo Verde, bro, they're so good. Their keeper Vozinha is so good, bro. He gained 15 million followers just for one good game against Spain. And my prediction is that Argentina will win 2-1 in extra time. Now we have Colombia against Ghana. So Colombia, they drew 0-0 with Portugal. They beat Uzbekistan 3-1. They beat Congo 1-0. And Ghana drew 0-0 with England. They beat Panama 1-0. And yeah, and then right now in the final match they lost then 2-1 to Croatia. And yeah, and now my prediction for this game is that I think Lucho Diaz and Colombia will win this game 3-0. And yeah, that's my prediction. Bye bye, lads.